Very exciting to have Katrin on and introducing us to QiGong. Katrin Naumann is a friend of mine, and I'm so excited to just have a conversation and share some self-care practice ideas like we've been doing all week. But this one in particular speaks to my heart. As a Reiki master teacher, my mentors and teachers have recommended this to me for years. And I'm excited to develop my practice more and learn from you.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Qigong is an ancient Chinese healing art. If you are familiar with Tai Chi, perhaps, maybe you're not familiar with Qigong, but it's referred to often as the mother of Tai Chi. So it's an older form, and as I said, it's a healing art, whereas Tai Chi is a martial art, or although many people practice it for its health benefits, for our health and well-being. This practice is one that we can do, and I'll be demonstrating it standing today, but it can be done seated. It's very adaptive to all sorts of people with whatever particular limitations they may have currently. It can even be practiced lying down. There's a saying in Qigong and Chinese medicine and other martial arts practices, where the mind goes, the energy flows. So we don't even necessarily have to be moving the body to get the energy to be moving through the body. And what constitutes our health and well-being is that free flow of the life force. So Qi is the life force. It's the biodynamic energy that supports and sustains all aspects of our being. Gong just means, well, among other things, it means to cultivate, but so this is really energy cultivation. It is a practice, it's a discipline, it's something that ideally we're doing on a regular basis. And as we create the experience of energy flow in the body, the more often we practice, the more we keep that flow moving. And if we think about a river that's flowing, we want the energy to move in that way. And if there are obstructions, if we have a storm and trees fall and clog that artery, that pathway, it will create imbalance in the surrounding ecosystems. And our body is an ecosystem, so we want to keep the energy flowing freely through it.
That's beautiful. It's so visual.
Yes, I love this practice for so many reasons, one of which is that it's very poetic. Certainly in the movement, it's beautiful, it's fluid for the most part, and we do some more kind of percussive action in the self-massages and things of that nature. But and the names of the forms are also quite beautiful and poetic.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this. I'm so excited. When you're ready, I'll just put you on full screen so I go away and we can dive in.
Okay. Well, I am going to stand up now, but as I said, you can practice seated. And I'm ready when you are. Okay. So for Qigong, you can practice, I happen to be in bare feet, but you can practice in sneakers, ideally some fairly flat shoes. And as I said, you could sit in a chair as well and just do the arm movements. We begin in what's called horse stance, which is a stance where the feet are parallel and the insides of the feet are about at the distance that your hips are, the outside of your hips. And we'll bend the knees slightly so you can feel that your center of gravity is starting to sink. You feel perhaps a little bit more rooted in the earth. And we'll take a moment just to bring our awareness within. So you can certainly close your eyes or find a point of focus to gaze out ahead of you, perhaps on the floor or at the horizon line. And we'll settle into the rhythm of the breath. Become present in the body by becoming present to the breath. And we'll be inhaling and exhaling through the nose. The practice today that we'll be exploring is one that will help us to support the immune system, cultivate what's called Wei Qi, which is this energetic force field that helps to protect the body from external invasion, as it were. So with the inhalation, let's bring the hands, palms together at the solar plexus level. So the thumbs are facing up, fingertips facing away from you. And we'll just begin to rub the hands together. Many practices that you might explore will begin with this movement. And what we're doing is beginning to cultivate the qi in the hands, activating it, getting it to flow. And very quickly you might notice some heat, perhaps, or warmth generating in the hands. And this is one indication that the qi is moving, that it's circulating in this area of the body. So you'll use as much pressure and move the hands as quickly as feels comfortable to you. Shoulders fall away from the ears, and be sure that the breath is flowing. Now pause the hands and close the eyes if they weren't already, or gaze at your hands, and begin to sense any movement, internal movement, perhaps within the hands that might feel like a low-level humming or buzzing sensation. And this is an indication that the qi is flowing. With the next inhalation, we'll start to open the hands. Exhale, turn the palms to face the earth and just settle them down, and they'll rest in front of the thighs. Now we're going to practice a body bounce. And we're just going to start to bounce the knees. And you'll do this to a degree that feels comfortable for you. If you're seated in a chair, you might just let your shoulders kind of bounce up and down. You can lift your heels off the ground a little if that feels comfortable. And then you can start to just kind of let the body move from side to side. Might even turn the body a little bit. And we're going to make some sound, if you like. Just a ha. Make sure you inhale deeply. And then now we'll come to stillness. Take a moment and just observe how the body feels. See if it feels any different now than it did before you started the practice today. This particular bouncing helps to activate the qi, and it also generates new cell growth in the body. So if we're healing from illness or just wanting again to create a more robust immune system. Now we're going to bend forward, and you'll do so as far as you can comfortably, and bend the knees as you go forward, and let your hands release below your shoulders. And there's about maybe a foot of space between your fingertips and the floor. And then reach one hand toward the floor, maintaining distance between the hand and the earth, and then let the other arm reach. So you're feeling your shoulder girdle shift. The breath is supporting the movement. Knees are bent to alleviate any strain in the lower back. And you can start, if it feels comfortable, to pulse the arms a little faster. So they're kind of bouncing just as the body was bouncing before. And here your knees might bounce a little bit. And you can also create the sound that we were doing before. Let the wrists be loose, the elbows and the shoulders are shimmying. Bring it back to stillness slowly. Tuck the tailbone, Chin to chest, slowly roll back up the spine. All right, so arms down alongside the body. And we're going to start to swing the arms, and you'll raise them as high as feels comfortable to you. Inhale as they rise, exhale as they fall. And if it feels comfortable, when you go down with your arms, you can bend your knees. And then we're going to pulse right at the, right underneath the collarbones here. So the arms will go up, inhale, come down, rise up, and pulse. And then the arms will come down, rise up, go down, rise up, and pulse. Arms sink down, rise up, sink down, rise up, and pulse. So we're activating the lung point just below the collarbone, stimulating chi flow through to stimulate and bolster the Wei Qi. Let's just do one more of these. And then let the hands come away from the body as you inhale, exhale, and release down. Notice your heart rate. If it's a bit elevated, consciously slow the breath down, breathing in and out through the nose. Now we'll practice part of a QiGong self-massage, where we'll turn the palms away from you and fold your fingertips in toward the palms of the hands, and the thumbs will rest to the outside of the first finger. And we'll bring the hands up to the center of the chest and thump here. And you can make this sound, kind of like Tarzan. Now let the arm fall. So if you're mirroring me, this will be your right arm. And we're going to take the left arm and circle around on the upper chest. You're going to the opposite side, the chest, the side where your arm is extended down. So breaking up stagnancy in the lung region. And now we're going to bring the hands over to the top of the shoulder. The palm is up, and we're coming down the inside of the arm, all the way to the palm of the hand. We're going to turn the hand over, gentle on the joints as we come back up the back side of the arm to the top of the shoulder, and then come back to the center of the chest. Now we'll pause, open the hand, release it down. The other hand comes up, and we're doing that same action. Circular motion through the chest, through the breast tissue. Turn the palm of your left hand up and come down that side. Inside of the arm, we're stimulating energy flow through the yin meridians. And as we come up the back side of the arm, stimulating energy flow through the yang meridians. And we'll come back to the chest. Now just both hands here for a moment. Pause. Open the hands. Slowly glide them down the front of the body. And let them rest in front of your thighs. Notice how the body feels. Breathing smoothly, rhythmically. Long, slow, deep inhalation. And as complete an exhalation as feels comfortable for you. So you might feel a little humming, buzzing, tingling sensation in the body. We've broken up stagnant pockets of chi, and they've come to the surface of the body. Now we're just going to kind of sweep that stagnant chi away and ground the energy. So with your left hand, come up to the chest and start to move in a circular motion across the chest, the full chest. And then sweep down your right arm, and you can flip the hand over and back so you're getting both sides of your arm, and come down to your wrist region and then sweep off from the wrist off your fingertips. Then bring the hand to your elbow and sweep, and then up to your shoulder and sweep. And we'll come back, rubbing the chest. Let your left arm relax, and rubbing the front and the back of the arm down to your wrist and sweep. Then from the elbow, then the shoulder, and relax your arms back down to your sides. So you might feel that there's still this sense of the effervescence of the chi within you, but it might feel a little bit more settled, a little bit more grounded. Now we're going to practice some chest openers, and we're going to place the left hand in front of, like, so your thumb is at about the level of your navel, and the right hand is on top of it. And this is called piano. And we're just going to, with the inhalation, open the arms so your elbows may remain bent, and you bring your elbows toward one another on the back side of your body, and then with the exhalation, the hands come back. So you keep about a 90-degree angle in the arm. Sink the shoulders away from the ears. So we're inhaling as we open. Exhale as we bring the hands back. Breathe into the space that you're creating through the chest with the inhalation, exhaling. So we'll complete one more here. And we'll lower the hands a little bit and flip the palms up. It's the same action. Inhale, open. Exhale, and bring the hands back in front of the body. So your shoulder blades come toward one another as the elbows go back. Synchronize the movement with the breath. And we'll do one more. Now, imagine you have a big ball in front of you that you're wrapping your arms around. This is the ball of chi, the life force energy. And we're going to condense it and bring it right into the lower abdomen, just below the navel. This region of the body is referred to as the dantian, which means elixir field. And the chi is the elixir of life. So we're cultivating it, and then we're storing it. We're making a deposit in our energetic bank account. And we'll release the hands away from the body and let them settle in front of the thighs. This next movement is called pushing and pulling the loom. So you can imagine a loom that one would use to weave. And so it's a fluid arm movement. And we're going to inhale, bring the hands up, palms up. Exhale, push out. And you can bend your knees here. Inhale, both hands come in. Now raise it'll be your left arm up, and you're going to sweep across. This is like the shuttle going through and back, and then release the arms down. And then bring the hands up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we'll keep going, inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. My arm went a little far to the other side. We'll just do one more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's gather the chi again in the big ball. This time we're going to anchor it into the middle dantian, which is just at the solar plexus level. Release the hands, inhaling, exhale. Now we're going to practice swimming dragon. So we'll inhale, bring the hands to prayer position, the heart center. And you could imagine that your hands are the head of this dragon. And we're just going to start to make this serpentine kind of action. You can turn the spine to the degree that feels comfortable for you, raising the arms up, stretching, lengthening through the side body. Look up if that feels good. Make sure the breath is supporting the movement. Then the hands start to wind their way down. Let the weight shift from side to side, bend forward as far as you can comfortably. Keep the knees bent, and then work your way back up. So the dragon is circulating the chi. The arm movements are indicative of the pathway that the energy is flowing. And this time when the hands come up, we'll settle them again at the heart center. And pause here. Close the eyes. Observe again how the body feels. QiGong is a mindfulness practice, which means we allow an opportunity for inner observation periodically throughout the practice, settling into stillness, observing the breath, and noting how the body is responding to the movement. The inhale, let the hands open, exhale and release. And we'll just finish with a bone marrow cleanse. We'll start with the hands down alongside the body. And with the inhale, they'll rise up. You can look up if that feels comfortable. Exhale, palms face the earth. And imagine an elevator sinking from the penthouse down to the basement. So we're following the contours of the body. And then inhale, arms rise. We're drawing up the yin energy from the earth and bringing the yang down through the body from the heavens. Inhale. Exhale. Directing the energy through every cell, bolstering its functionality. And we'll finish this time bringing the hands down, all the way down to the feet. And then flip your palms up and hands right in front of your feet and your legs. Draw the yin energy up through the legs and into the lower abdomen again, anchoring it in the dantian. Pause for a moment and just be present to how the body feels. I'm grateful for this opportunity to share some QiGong practice with you this morning. Join me again next week.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
I feel like my creative centers just kind of opened up a little bit. And I don't know, I really had an experience today. So I do different practices like this, but to be guided in this way was just a little bit different. And I think it was because I was seeing myself right above you in the screen. So I was able to check my posture a little bit. And it's a different experience, but I almost liked it better.
Well, seeing ourselves in a mirror or, on a screen can be useful. At least initially when we're discovering a practice, but over time, we ultimately want to be focusing on our inner awareness to give us an understanding of where the body is in space, and so that we start to cultivate that inner awareness, our intuition that tells us, you know, am I completely off balance or out of alignment, and then we can make those adjustments just from having that sense of, oh, this feels off, or without using, you know, the benefit of some other external means to indicate that to us. And that's why it's nice also to practice with an instructor who can give you feedback if your alignment is off, or there's some concern for your safety in what you're doing.
Well, I just appreciate it. Your wisdom is just so beautiful and so generous and graceful. I really appreciate this morning with you.
Well, as I said, it's my pleasure. And people might look, I have a YouTube channel. I've started to upload some things gradually. I'm on this learning curve. And so you just look for my name, Katrin Naumann, and there's some brief QiGong exercises. And as I get them up more, there'll be actually a full sequence, longer than what we did here today even. And I'll just keep adding to that as we go along.
So if you want to say your website, I know we'll put it in the comments. And if there's any, so we've had a lot of requests for private sessions with the people that have been coming on, like Jillian. I'm sure that Thursday morning we're going to get Jennifer Archibald's going to get some requests for private lessons or private sessions like this. So do you offer that as well, or are you looking into doing that as well very soon?
Yes, I can certainly do that with clients. I practice QiGong therapy as well, which is an energy healing modality that can be done at a distance. You know, certainly when I have the opportunity, I see clients in my studio, but I can do just as, you know, we can do Reiki or other kinds of practices at a distance. And I practice vibrational healing as well, which is another energy healing modality that aligns, balances and aligns the chakra system. And I do astrological chart readings and tarot readings as well. So on my website, which is innerbalancedlifeworks.com, you can find all of the various services and therapies that I
Thank you, Katrin.
Continue the wave moving out from this central point.
That's what generosity and kindness does. It just expands all of us.
Yes.